that he's brought off the bench the last few games.
Snow hits the foul there. That's the third for Brendan Malone.
Remember, Brendan now one time was the coach of the Toronto Raptors
for a very short time.
Actually did a nice job there making that team competitive.
But he's basically been a career assistant. In every place he has gone, the head coach just raves about him. He has had the chance, as we mentioned before, in Toronto.
Unless you know you got the locked and loaded hand, you feel like you'll never win. My daughter Kelly used to get so mad at me. I said, Kelly, we'll never win another game.
She played at Lehigh. Now, she knows something about winning games.
She did, but her brother would tell her the same thing at Duke, and her husband's a high school coach. He goes, Dad, I got 3 people telling me they'll never win another game.
Thank goodness you don't have more kids. We'll be talking about your entire family here.
Right.
Here's Job. And he's got McGinnis and the shot clock at 8, the big clock at 21. No fouls to give either way. And Harris finding Jacques, who works on Antonio Davis. Another Chicago rebound. This will be the final possession of this quarter. Dang has it. And Pargo rejected by LeBron James with 3.3 to play in the third.
All right, now again, let's see if Scott Skiles can steal a basket here at the end of the quarter. He did it underneath the basket on an inline out of bounds. 3 seconds to go. LeBron with a terrific block. Let's see if they can execute and get a basket.
Gooden leads all scorers with 17 off the bench. Gordon leads Chicago with 13. They take Chandler out. And Dang. There's Sione out there. Here is Davis trying to beat the buzzer over McGinnis. He got it! With .5 to play in the third on a pretty shot and a mismatch exploited by Davis. And Chicago, when the game was tied at 2 of his 35 in the fourth quarter. And that's where we are right now. That is Gordon's domain. Number 1 in that category in the league. Pargo missing right there. Poor shot by the Bulls, but there's a player right down across the way as they try to dig him out. That is LeBron James, but he appears to be okay. Part of a horrible third quarter shooting, both from the field and at the line for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Well, we spoke about, Kevin, that Chicago was not going to win this game if they allowed Cleveland to shoot 51% in the second half. Well, Cleveland down to 42% now after a 5 for 10 into a rhythm. They got to get Ilgauskas involved, LeBron James, Drew Gooden has got to come back and play the way he did in that first period. This is why they have these lapses and lose on the road. They're inconsistent.
Here's Ilgauskas getting it from Gooden. James out there with Harris. They've also got McGinnis. That's the Cleveland 5 starting the fourth. And LeBron into Luol Deng. He taps in his own miss and puts the Cavaliers now to within a 4-point reach of the Chicago Bulls, who have closed the first quarter on a 7-0 run, and Doug, they closed the third on an 8-2 run. And those closing quarters, I know, big for you as Davis takes it inside against Ilgauskas.
Chicago has run that play about 4 or 5 times tonight, either with Antonio Davis or Tyson Chandler, and Cleveland is taking a very poor angle as they're closing out, and they're allowing the Bulls big men to drive that ball to the baskets. They've got to do a better job closing out, make Chandler and Davis shoot jump shots.
So Gooden has 4 fouls. Ilgauskas already had 4. We'll take a look at Chandler. And again, Eddie Curry is not playing. He didn't play last night, not playing tonight, a regular heartbeat. And it is day-to-day with him, but they think he's going to be out at least a couple more. Ilgauskas snares the loose ball. And out there for Chicago, Pargo, Nocioni, Dang, Davis, and Gordon. Interesting lineup, but they do play a lot of guys with the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah, the first time we've really seen Nocioni and Luol Deng much together. They've gone with a smaller lineup. Luol Deng's actually playing as a power forward.
Tough pass. Nocioni with the good catch and a good shot to follow.
Wow, what a pass by Gordon and a better catch. Cleveland's on the ropes here right now. They've got to do something to get an execute and get a score.
Chicago has got their biggest lead of 7. Cleveland is led by as many as 8. And going inside with Deng defending was Drew Gooden.
Look at this pass. One hand off the dribble. The ball was going out of bounds. Nocioni like a wide receiver, then palming the ball and going up and shooting a very difficult fadeaway jump shot. But the Bulls have gone small now. You see Luol Deng is matched up really against Drew Gooden, and you've got Antonio Davis matched up against Ilgauskas and Nocioni with LeBron James. So look to see if Luol Deng will try to take Drew Gooden out on the floor and make him play out on the floor to open up some space inside.
Davis picked up his 2nd personal foul. Cleveland is in 6th place in the Eastern Conference. Chicago is in 5th place in the Eastern Conference. Chicago game back at number 4 slot, held by Washington, and Cleveland is 2.5 games out of that coveted 4th position because that means home court for the first round. Davis into Ilgauskas.
There's another closeout, another terrible closeout. Antonio Davis catches that ball 20 feet away from the basket. He's a right-handed player, and Cleveland closes out on his wrong hand and lets him drive the ball. And look at this. You close out, and you let the guy beat you with the drive to the right. Not only that, you pick up your 5th foul, and you have to sit down. Those are the kind of mental lapses, Kevin, you cannot make. When you're in a playoff race and you're trying to win games, you know, maybe you can beat New Orleans on the road or the Clippers at home, but they've got this game tonight. They go home, they have Sacramento, they have Dallas. They have tough teams coming up. You cannot play like this in these kind of stretches and win games. You can't do it.
Well, Cleveland was 31-21 since they've gone 6-11. I mean, as you take a look at the landscape of their season, what has happened to this team since the All-Star?
Well, I think they lost a lot of that swagger, but here's a floater from McGinnis. But you looked at one stretch when they were like 31-21. They were like 12-0 against Atlanta, Charlotte. I mean, they'd beaten up on the teams that they were supposed to beat. When you look at their record, Kevin, they're 14-17 against the good teams in the league. They're 23-14. But see, they were 12-0 against Atlanta, Chicago, New Orleans, and Golden State, and 25-32 against the rest of the NBA. So what's happened is they're starting to play some of the better teams. You got to find a way to beat these teams. They were doing it early at home. They were very dominant at home early in the season.
Pargo picked up his 3rd personal foul. And here comes Gordon with the Davis screen, and Pargo around McGinnis and a floater. And against the glass at that.
How about the confidence that Pargo has coming in the game? And this is what Scott Skiles, I think, has done a great job playing his bench. He's been able to overcome some injuries here with Luol Deng, with Hinrich being out, now with Curry. That's why you have a bench, especially during the regular season.
There's the bench points right there, 31-14. They go inside. Leading scorer with 19 is Gooden. James has 18, and this is Lucius Harris. Rebound by Chandler. 13 points by Gordon leads Chicago, and Davis inside with a very nice fake, and the defense bid it. And Chicago's lead is at 8, matching the big lead by the Cavaliers early in the game.
And as the Bulls have picked up their defense, Cleveland has faltered. They have not met the challenge with their execution. The Bulls on a nice run here. They lead by 8. A lot of time left. And they're doing this with Hinrich on the bench getting a rest.
Quick download on the all-new Hyundai Tucson. Loaded with features.
Moments ago at Conseco Fieldhouse, Steven Jackson hoists a 3-pointer with the Pacers down 3. Austin Crozier back to Steven Jackson. Yeah, you got it. Tie game. They are now heading to overtime at Conseco. The 9th overtime game for Miami. That's the NBA high. Kev.
Yeah, thank you, EJ. And look at, you see the 9.5 game lead in the Eastern Conference by Miami. How in the world is Rick Carlisle doing it with Indiana?
Magnificent job.
Everybody's gone, and he's still winning.
Cleveland coming in now. Pavlovich, the first time we've seen him in the game, and he's in there to do this. Make shots.
Sasha Pavlovich in the contest. Here's McGinnis and a trailer screen. And the shooting woes in the second half continue for the Cavaliers. McGinnis looking for Gooden, who goes over Chandler, and a rebound by Tyson Chandler.
That's 4 shots at the basket, though, for Cleveland.
The Bulls are shooting 49%. Cleveland shooting 40% right on the nose.
You're going to see, will we see Hinrich the rest of the game? About 8 minutes and something to go. Pargo's still out there playing well.
Drew Gooden has a game-high 19. James has 18. And here is Gordon, the top 4th quarter scorer in the NBA. And Gordon leads the Chicago Bulls bench with 13, tied with Davis. With 13, here is LeBron, lead of 23. Out of bounds, and Chicago's ball. Cavalier bench, Doug. And we talk about Chicago's bench, and we talk about the Cavaliers bench. Well, the Cleveland bench has gone 4 of 19. And Chicago's bench has gone 11 of 23.
What is that, 33 to 14 in scoring? So plus 19 off the bench.
Here's Gordon with it. He has a career-high 7 assists tonight. Pargo, nice touch pass. Nocioni. McGinnis got it, but it's retrieved by Nocioni, and Chicago's got a fresh shot clock with just under 8 to play. The Bulls are a season high, 8 games over 500. Gordon for 3. Gooden's got the rebound.
Yeah, that was a tough shot by Ben. That shot was challenged, no place to go, and Scott Skiles saying, move the basketball, don't get stagnant. We were doing well when everybody was touching it and getting involved.
Cleveland's hit 1 3. Chicago has hit 2 tonight. And a foul on Nocioni. He's undrafted. Yeah, this is his rookie campaign in the NBA. He picks up his 3rd personal fouls. He was in Athens. You saw him over in the Olympics.
I sure did. And what a tremendous win that was for Argentina. Ginobili and his teammates to win that gold medal. The joy on their faces that day was something to behold, Kevin.
Here's LeBron, Doug. He's got 18. Nocioni is defending. McGinnis over Pargo.
He's in there now to make shots. I need somebody to help LeBron. They've got to put some points on the board. With all that run.
To be good,
All coming up.
on this date in history.
In San Antonio, Tim Duncan.
Defensive rebound by Davis. And here comes Gordon, who is 5 of 12. And a floater is a beauty. And he's got a Chicago high 15.
He's got such a mature game for a young player. The teardrops, the shots over bigger players, the crossovers.
James to Gooden. And LeBron gets the assist. That's his 7th assist and a game-high 21 by Drew Gooden. And that's his first field goal since the 7:05 mark left in the 2nd quarter for Cleveland.
Well, Ben Gordon, it's 4th quarter time. This is when he takes over as the leading scorer in the NBA in the 4th quarter. The little runner, the floater over Gooden. Soft, bottom of the net, Bulls by 6. Skiles takes a timeout.
Some foul problems with 8-3 on the clock. There's a short-range miss, and out of bounds it goes, and the Cavaliers.
Getting his body on Gordon, forced him to take a tough shot.
Pavlovich is out there with Traylor and Gooden. Here's LeBron penetrating, and McGinnis is the point guard for the Cavaliers. And LeBron now has gone 9 of 24. He's got a game-high 20.
He took that ball from about 25 feet on the floor, no help. That's not like the Bulls' defense.
Heinrich and Gordon out there with Chandler, who picks up the foul. Nocioni and Davis. How do you like Heinrich and Gordon in the same back? Pavlovich picked up the foul. There's a screen by Chandler and a nice shot by Kirk Heinrich, who is coming back tonight after missing 5 straight games with a left hamstring strain.
I don't think there's anybody who felt early in this season. We see Traylor step up and take the shot. Nocioni with the rebound. They could think the Bulls could be able to win 5 straight games, especially going into Boston and winning without a healthy Kirk Heinrich.
Chicago +1 in rebounding in this game. Nocioni around the Chandler screen and to the rack. Chandler trying to put it back in. And retrieved by Nocioni. And James gets the turnover. And he's got Gordon on his heels into the trailing Traylor. And thinking about 3 is LeBron. They've only hit 1 of 5 from above the arc. Good inside. Knocked away by Antonio Davis. And a foul by LeBron on Kirk Heinrich.
It's inside the NBA presented
That sign is crooked.
by Hyundai.
You moved it.
Inside humor. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, and Charles Barkley. 105-96. Minnesota continues to roll. They've won 5 in a row now, and as Kevin Garnett put it, hey, those guys maybe see us in the rearview mirror now, but nobody's looking at the Lakers. They fall to 33-38. Any comments on this game quickly?
The Lakers are dead. I mean, we said that at halftime before the game. They're done. Because you can just tell by their body language. Kenny had pictures at halftime. They're joking around. They missed 4th straight 3-pointers, and they're laughing about it.
Minnesota gaining ground on Memphis and Denver. Denver's playing great since the All-Star break. Memphis has come back to the pack a little bit here. Does Minnesota have enough to overtake these guys?
Davis. And a foul by LeBron on Kirk Heinrich.
Defense is all about trust, Kevin. If I help you, will someone help me? And that's exactly what...
Indiana and the Pacers 8